This weekend, you can join the fight for healthy babies. And here to tell us more about the March for Babies, we welcome Dr. Sean Skinner, a pediatric surgeon from Kentucky Children's Hospital, and also Christy Smith, mother of a child who was born with birth defects in a family that's been impacted by the March of Dimes mission. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Well, this, of course, is a message and mission near and dear to my heart as a mother of premature babies myself. And ABC 36 is proud to be a media sponsor for March of Dimes and the March for Babies. And, of course, this is something that's really touched your family as well. Tell us a little bit about your story and your son.
My son, Christopher, was born in December of 2009. And a big shock to us, he was born without an anal opening. And he was also born with TE fistula. His esophagus was not connected to his stomach, which meant he couldn't eat, he couldn't swallow anything, and he had to have major surgery. So first time mom, I was scared to death. I had no idea what was going on. He stayed in the NICU for about 3.5 weeks. We brought him home on all kinds of machines. I had never used medical equipment before in my life, so he had a suction machine. We had to stick a tube down his esophagus, the little pouch, about every 3 hours to try to make it grow, and we had to suction all of his saliva out. He had a feeding tube that we had to feed him through his belly, and then he also had a colostomy. The bags never stayed on at home. I didn't do a good job with that, so they taught me a technique to use 2 diapers, so it was kind of like he looked like a sumo wrestler. He had one around his belly and then one the regular way, so it was almost like having twins paying for diapers anyway.
I can understand that. Yeah. That's for sure.
He got reconnected, his esophagus reconnected at 4 months, so he was finally able to start trying to drink. We were told that he may not drink from a bottle ever, that he might only use a sippy cup, but me being a hard head, we got him home and he was drinking out of that bottle within 2 weeks. So he thinks we're going to take his food away now. I mean, he just eats like crazy. He got an anal opening at 7 months, and then he got completely reconnected at 9 months.
Wow.
So it has been a journey, but he has been great. You'd never know, best attitude in the world. I mean, you look at him
running around, and he's
he
definitely
is crazy,
full
yes.
of life and doing well. Well, that is so wonderful to hear, the remarkable story. And Dr. Skinner, as a physician and a pediatric surgeon, what does the March of Dimes, that mission and that funding, allow you as a physician to be able to do with cases like this?
Well, it allows us to take care of these kind of children, and hopefully it can help parents like Christy take care of their children. I mean, how many parents with the first child could take them home, have a colostomy, have a gastrostomy tube to be able to feed them, suctioning them out every 3 hours to be able to suction out their secretions. I mean, taking care of a baby, changing a diaper, and remembering to feed them is hard enough. I mean, on top of all that stuff, that's where it helps. And obviously, with premature babies, they're prone to having problems with their intestines. They have other malformations like Christopher had, and any of those kinds of things that they can help us take care of those children.
And I know you were a physician on Christopher's case, and seeing him now, that's got to be the perfect example of why you need this funding for research and treatment like this, right?
Yep. He's an amazing little boy, and through this whole process, I've been amazed at him. I always say that I had the easy job. My job is easy, putting him back together. It's mom and the child who have to get over it, recover from everything, and do well. And, there's a lot of things that he could have had go wrong that have done well. His esophagus could have narrowed, that we'd have to do more procedures. That hasn't been a problem yet. His bowels are functioning normally, so I think he's done miraculously well.
Well, thank you both so much for sharing your stories and the incredible recovery of your son, Christopher. We wish him and all of you the best. Here's the information. This Sunday, May 15th at 2 p.m., Coldstream Park in Lexington. Come join us at the March of Dimes, March for Babies. We'll be out there with our teams and families, and you can learn more by going to WTVQ.com. Just click on the Community tab or the March of Dimes website you see there at the bottom of your screen and on that graphic. And it'll be a nice day to celebrate healthy babies and support the March of Dimes. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will be right back with a check of more news and weather.